An empowered teacher is one who sees the potential in everything, the good and the bad, the big ideas and the hidden treasures, the valedictorian and the struggling student.
Where others see problems, you see hope. Where the world sees waste, you see value. This is the power of the foundational principle of opportunity.
Much of the world's gold is obtained through a painstaking process called hard rock mining. Miners explore vast areas, oftentimes miles underground, searching for a material called ore. They remove the ore from the earth, then chip away, crushing and grinding it down to its most basic elements. It is then put through a lengthy process of chemical treatments, heating and cooling in order to extract the gold in its purest, most valuable form.
You see, the ore by itself is of little value. It must first endure a hard process before the gold within is discovered and its true value can be seen.
And so it is with us. Like prospecting for gold, we must see the opportunity in every circumstance and put in the hard work to uncover the value within. Being opportunity-minded is perhaps the most crucial step toward becoming an empowered teacher.
You will uncover extraordinary value in ordinary moments and people. There is a wealth of value in every student. It just requires time and energy to uncover. Let's hear from our empowered community about what it means to be opportunity-minded in the classroom.
Student-centered learning is driven by connecting with what students care about. And through a student-centered experience, we want to craft opportunities that allow them to leverage the things that they care about, to bring that into the learning. It's more focused on the needs of the student rather than what you've determined the needs might be as the teacher. For students with backgrounds where they don't feel like they have a lot of control, where they don't see a lot of opportunity, that's why teaching this principle is so important, because when you think of it through the lens of approaching everything in life as a reason to improve, it takes their circumstances and causes them to reflect. Most students won't think that failing an assignment or a classroom experience is something to be learned from, but in our classroom we're going to talk about it and we're going to connect it to their behavior and why did you decide to do this the way that you did. That creates this mindset of seeing problems as opportunities. This is where, when you recognize an opportunity where a student could create value and they don't, that you stop and you talk about it. And sometimes students don't recognize that they passed it up, and that's totally normal and that's totally okay. That's part of the learning experience. Your students may not recognize what they're passionate about, but maybe you've recognized it and they've just never thought of it through that context and that lens. As the role of the teacher, that's what you're there to help them get through.
Helping students recognize opportunity is not just about when you have a great opportunity in front of you, but also learning from from mistakes or from the mistake of others. Getting students to a point where they feel the ownership of my actions impact my future, it's providing those opportunities. And this is where students feel like, oh, you know what? I can make some better decisions, or I can make decisions that impact me well. I can take advantage of opportunities. So for me, it's constantly giving students opportunity, and them embracing these opportunities. I can make decisions, and people are going to listen to my decisions.
Winston Churchill once said, "Don't look for the difficulty in every opportunity. Look for the opportunity in every difficulty."
At Empowered, we believe that circumstances do not have to determine the outcome. That's why we define opportunity as approach everything in life as a reason to improve, recognize and seize what life has to offer.
Your community may be accustomed to hearing about old problems rather than seeking new solutions. As an empowered teacher, you can be the voice that inspires people to search deeper for the value within.
I feel like we're in such a time where we're really comparing ourselves to other people, especially the students. I mean, they're constantly looking at our influencers and TikTokers and all these things, and I don't think they understand that that's in them too. Like, they have that value, and it just takes somebody to kind of pull that out of them. It's exciting to at least talk about it, because I know that as teachers, all teachers are capable, but I think they really have to start with understanding that we get what we're given and we have to kind of see the best in them. And so I think when you get to that point where you actually get to see the value in that student and talk to them about it, it's just so special and it's a really big deal. And I think that should be a goal for all teachers, is to see the value in all of their students and find a way to get that out of them.
When talking about opportunity from the whole school stance, we start with, don't miss opportunities. Like, if people are providing with opportunities, take them. But then in the Empower classroom, we also look at it from a stance of making your opportunities. If there's something you're passionate about, you don't have to wait for the school counselor to say, oh, I noticed you were into real estate and now here's the opportunity to learn. Like, you can go out and investigate. And it's more than just lip service, but like providing the time also to do the research, to really, to get what you need. And with all of these steps, students see that there's an intentionality about getting what you want. Being intentional about making your opportunities is not just that, hey, I'm gonna do it sometime. It's like, no, let's list it and let's what outcome do you want after you leave that meeting?
Teachers at Empowered, they're going to allow those deep conversations to take place because they know that they're coming from a place where conflict is not a problem. It's actually an opportunity. Oftentimes we think of conflict as a problem instead of an opportunity to learn new perspectives, to understand, to dive deeper into the uniqueness of all of the students that I have in my room. And it's important that we elevate that and have our educators have the courage to go off on a limb and do those things, because that creates an environment that students value, that creates an environment that teachers value, and that's the true change that we need. If we could get our students to meet at a level playing field with our teachers and have those tough conversations, then why couldn't we as society take those same students as they matriculate out and start to have some of those more difficult conversations as they go through their real lives, as they have conversations at their dinner table, as they start to go into the communities and they start to continue to be contributing members of that society. They then start to share and shape the vision of the world we want to be and live in.
The principle of opportunity allows you to use your unique skill set and perspective to find meaningful solutions.
Dig up the hard ground. There's so much value below the surface waiting to be brought to the light.
As a teacher, you are the key to unlocking your students' innate ability, and it's worth the effort to find it.